Okay, so describe the situation of the lesson. So we were outside, it was freezing cold on a muddy field teaching ultimate.
It was raining
Yeah.
a lot
And a lot
really
of the kids
wet.
didn't know we were going outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually a good thing
So
to
they
mention.
And the shoes that they were wearing were the same ones they're going to have to wear for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
All of them.
Alright, describe what you intended to happen.
So what we wanted to happen was for them to get a basic understanding of movement and passing with a frisbee. Just like super basic, so basically just being able to do it successfully at least one time. What did the students learn? I think they learned a little bit about passing, but not much about movement. Like we said in our reflection, our written reflection, we mentioned that we thought students were going to have a lot better understanding about movement, and they didn't. James made that comment, which was really true.
I think that if we knew the kids and where they were at before we made our lesson, it would have been a lot easier to know where to start instead of just going into it like assuming they were at a certain spot.
Well, what I found surprising was that, like, I thought they would learn from seeing that there was 4 goals that you could spread out to different goals, but they just kind of seemed to focus on like 2 or 1.
Yeah, like the problem solving wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was hard, like you would tell them if to open space, but they would do it once and then they would just stop.
Yeah.
Okay, what were some indicators to you that the learning you intended had happened?
From the culminating game, we played it before we did our progressions, and I thought that they were better at the end with passing.
Yeah. I think they did, like, they were starting to get like cognitive idea that you should move to like different goals, and then it makes it harder for the defense.
And the faster you move, the more goals you'll score.
Yeah.
Like catching people off guard. I know the group that I was in, that happened too. That happened quite a bit. Like people would realize that if I pass to that person right away while they're open, then
something I saw in my group too is that like if one person was at a goal, they might like look to throw to them, but then realize that they're covered, and then be like, oh yeah, there's another goal over there with only my guy in it and no one else, because everyone's so focused on me throwing this way.
So just remembering that there's more goals.
How did your actions as a teacher contribute to the learning environment?
I found participating in my group helped a lot. Like as soon as I told them that I was joining one of the teams, like they all wanted to try a little bit harder.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was necessarily to like impress me, but I think just like seeing the fact that like I was interested in the game, like they're like, oh, well, maybe this isn't like uncool. I don't know, like I don't know what kids think. Like if they think it's yeah, exactly, or if they think it's like uncool to participate in PE or whatever. But
I'm not sure how much it helped, but I just kept trying to remind them to use the open space. And when I tried stopping them once and being like, okay, so like no one is open, like where could you be right now? Where?
Right.
Like, you know.
So just get them to look around and be like, look where you are, look where your teammates are, and like look at the entire field.
I'm not sure if it actually worked, but I tried.
Yeah.
One of the things that I did was make the one that you played in bigger.
Bigger, which helped a lot.
That helped because it took away like the just standing in the goal waiting for a pass, because they had to like move because they couldn't pass that far.
Yeah.
Another thing I did was kind of like you, like I stopped them and was like, hey, where could you play defense right now? Because my group was not playing defense at all. So one team would just score, the other team would score. And one of the kids like just answered me and I was like, yeah, let's see it. And
so you know
they actually did it after I talked to them.
So it's like they know it. I think you just have to like guide them to like realize what they actually should be doing.
Yeah.
Sweet.